Hello, I'm Drew Russell, and this is my undisputable predictions video for Wrestlemania 32. Now, this is going to be a pretty standard pay-per-view. Nothing too big, nothing too small. Oh, by the way, if my predictions are wrong, it's either WWE's fault or the latter option, which is, my guesses are wrong. Probably that one. But here are my opinions on which superstars will reign at WrestleMania and which will simply lose. Because if they lose at WrestleMania, it's no big deal, but they better do a big spot. Probably. Anyway, let's move on to the first match that I'm sure will happen. If it doesn't happen, then it's WWE's fault. This should be the first match. The tag team match between the Dudley Boys and the Usos. Simple match. Dudley Boys, very, very underrated team because WWE is not utilizing them as good as they should have. They should have utilized them better. Not back in 2001. Back then they ruled the square circle. I'm talking about now. I'm talking about today, where they're old. And they still have a lot in them. But, still. They're old. Sorry, Dudleys. Anyway, now I will give you a personal view on who I think should win, and I will give you a critical view on who I think should win. Let's begin with personal view. Dudley should win because Dudleys are awesome, and if we're looking from nostalgic value, yes, they deserve to win. Whereas the Usos are good, but Dudleys are just too damn good. They're better. So that is the personal view, I think. And I think many will agree that they like the Dudleys more than the Usos. Why? Because Dudleys are from Attitude and Ruthless Aggression era. Usos are from Now era, which is the not so good era. Anyway, so yeah, personal view, Dudleys. Critical view, Usos, just because you got to build new talent, you got to make sure that the Usos go over, even though they're, 3-time tag team champions, still got to get these Usos. And thinking that Roman Reigns is in the main event, it would probably spark a good momentum if Roman Reigns wins that night, or if he loses, you still got the Usos that won. Okay. Alright, moving on. The next match should be... Oh yes, the women's tag team match. Now, while I'm all for this match, there are 4 pre-show card matches. They should have scrapped at least 2. I think that they should have scrapped this one, and they should have scrapped the Dudleys one. Just because this one has too many superstars in it, too many divas in it. I called them divas just then, but they are female wrestlers that are superstars. They should have this match, I guess, but it feels very, very, very filler. Very filler. How are they all going to get a spot in? If this is going to be somewhere between 5-minute match, how are they going to get all their spots in? There's 10. No, not 10. Yeah, there is 10. Brain fart. There's 10. Okay, so 10 divas, 5-minute match. Got to get all the spots in. Got to get all the finishes. Boring, predictable match. So, yep. Unless, the good divas can really, really do some high-end stuff that makes this pre-show into a main event status match, which I don't think they will. But anyway, next one, Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Yes. Now, I give personal view for this one. Mark Henry should win. Mark Henry deserves. If rumors are true, if he's saying, "Oh, this is my final WrestleMania," that would be it. Then he should win. But if he is just like, oh, this is my final WrestleMania, but I might stick around until next year's WrestleMania, then he should not win. He should win the next year's one. And he should have a match in the next year's one. Anyway, so personal view, Mark Henry should win. Professional view, I don't know. Mark Henry should win. Yes, Mark Henry deserves to win professionally and personally. Because no one else in this Battle Royal I can remember off the top of my head, in which case you can blame me for not being a true WWE fan. Still, Mark Henry should win. I love Mark Henry. Anyway, next match. Next match. Which one is it? Pre-show. There are 4 pre-show matches. Anyway, while I'm looking up for the pre-show matches, I will say that the next match is going to be that tag team match, New Day versus Barrett, Russo, Sheamus, and Alberto Del Rio. Personal view, New Day should win. Professional view, New Day should win. Simply because, from Heroes, Hero made a great suggestion the other day on his Heroes Wrestling podcast that Rusev should, in fact, join the New Day, which I think is a perfect move just to reinvent Russo, because Rusev definitely deserves to get so much more than what he's getting right now. Stereotypical foreign heel crap. Anyway, oh yes, and of course, the other pre-show match. And I've covered that Rusev tag team match, so we'll move on from that one and we'll never talk about it again. Kalisto versus Ryback. It's just like, we got to have Ryback in a match. Let's get him with Kalisto for the United States Championship. Ryback deserves it. No, he doesn't. I'm so hoping the rumors are true. Goldberg will come back and destroy Ryback and give Kalisto the United States Championship win. If he doesn't interfere in that match, then I don't know what other match he's going to interfere in, or if he is going to come back. But personal view and professional view, Kalisto. Kalisto all the way. Ryback, no. While I respect Ryback a very bit, and the reason I respect him only that very bit is because of a promo he did 2 years ago where he talked about his poor ankle being severed into 5 places. I don't remember all the way, but I remember it being a good promo, so that is what gave me a little bit of respect for him. He is not over. I mean, he's over. No, he's not over. He is not. I should stop using wrestling terms. I confuse them. He is not good. Oh, I'm in. Anyway, so moving on from that, the next match. Good night, Nan. Love ya. The next match, of course, AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho. What is it now? Number 4. Okay, if we're going to even the playing field, Chris Jericho should win, but not really, because that would be stupid, because Chris Jericho, even though he is one of the greatest of all time, AJ Styles has just come in, and, AJ Styles is AJ Styles. And WrestleMania 32, he should have had another match. Should have been with Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho, but oh well. So, personal and professional, AJ Styles, but it will be a great match. Probably. It will be a great match. What am I talking about? It's Chris Jericho and AJ Styles. It will be a great match. Next match. Charlotte versus Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks. Now, I'm going to get a bit of heat from this one. I do not want Sasha Banks to win, personally. No, I think Becky Lynch deserves to win. Why? Because I like Becky Lynch. Don't judge me. And because, yeah, she deserves it. In fact, I do not want Charlotte to win either. I do not want Sasha Banks to win either way. I would rather Charlotte retain her title. I do not like Sasha Banks. What can I say? I'm going to get so many dislikes for that. Anyway, but professionally, yes, Sasha Banks should win. Personally, I hope she doesn't, but yeah, Sasha Banks professionally should win. And the next match is the Intercontinental Championship ladder match. Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler versus Zack Ryder versus Sin Cara versus Miz versus Stardust. Okay, so personally, Zack Ryder should win. Why? Because Zack Ryder. That's all I need to say. Professionally, Sami Zayn or Kevin Owens. And if I'm going to iron out between those two, it should be Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens on the last bout on top of the ladder, and Kevin Owens should lose. And Sami Zayn should get the Intercontinental Championship, and then that leads to a rivalry, and yes, that is good. Next match. Now we're into the three main events. The three okay main events. Shane McMahon versus Undertaker. I'll start with that one. Hell in a Cell match. First off, when I heard about this match, why? Why, oh why, oh why? But then I realized buys, because tickets. And Wrestlemania will fail if this does not happen, because it needs to. You gotta spend money to make money. Anyway, so, yes. Undertaker should win professionally and personally. Shane McMahon should fail horribly and then just be sad and be sad and be sad. Vince McMahon should come out. Undertaker should chokeslam him. Vince McMahon should be sad, be sad. Undertaker should just be like, why am I in this match? Goes backstage, Brock Lesnar comes out, F5s him, and it's just like another match because we have a great rivalry and our last Hell in a Cell match was okay, but not that great. I'm sorry, I'm at 2002 Hell in a Cell mark. Yeah. Their match in No Mercy was way tremendously better than that match that night at Hell in a Cell, which is a crap pay-per-view. It should have been called No Mercy. They should bring back everything, but I'm handling my inner old fan out in my first WWE video. Probably my last as well. But anyway, so yeah, Undertaker should win, and if the money comes, the money comes. If it doesn't, well then, meh. But something will happen because there's just so much meh to not happen, and WWE isn't stupid. Well, they are stupid in some places, but they're not that stupid. They will know that, in fact, Undertaker versus Shane McMahon is not the proper way for a match. If they do, and it's great, well, then it's great. But I seriously can't see it being great without Shane McMahon being thrown off the top of the Hell in a Cell. Anyway, so that is what Undertaker versus Shane McMahon is. Brock Lesnar versus Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose. He's going to lose. If he wins, no, he shouldn't win. It's Brock Lesnar. He ended the streak. Come on, you can't do that. You can't give it to Dean Ambrose, of all people. Not saying Dean Ambrose isn't good, but come on. You got to give it to someone who is not only The Rock, sort of like up their hype. You got to give it to someone who is like freaking equally as grand as Undertaker, which is no one in the entire fucking roster. No one. Literally no one. So they're screwed. Dean Ambrose is screwed. If he wins, they will just be like, no, we don't like you now, Dean Ambrose. It's just, yeah. Unless, you're a kid and you like Dean Ambrose and you like all this stuff. And unless he completely destroys Lesnar like Triple H destroys Lesnar at WrestleMania 29, I can understand how Lesnar could lose. Still. Come on. There's a lot of come on, really? This 31, 32 Mania. And last but well, sort of, kind of, not least, Triple H versus Roman Reigns. Just remembering that this should have been Seth Rollins' spot had he not been injured makes me sad. But anyway, yes, professionally, Roman Reigns has got to win. He's got to. It's a big moment. And his dad will be pissed off if he doesn't win again. they do a swerve like they did last year. But yeah, no, Roman Reigns professionally has to win. Personally, come on, you gotta. Triple H. I love Triple H. My second favorite wrestler of all time. Used to be my fourth favorite. He moved up the bars. But yeah, no. So I'm hoping Triple H wins. But yeah, professionally, Roman Reigns. I'm a very with everything this WrestleMania, simply because there's no one there to get excited about except for Triple H, Brock Lesnar, and Undertaker, and Shane McMahon, kind of. And yeah, there better be a lot of swerves and great matches for this to be an excellent WrestleMania, at least up there with 31. Like, this is not much going into WrestleMania. This is like in the zone of we like it, but we don't like it. If it turns out to be one of the best of all time, like every match almost tells an expert story, then freaking hell, like this will be better than like 30 and 31 put together. Probably not. Probably because 30 had too much. But still. Anyway, this will be a different WrestleMania, and this is my first WWE video. Please let me know how you think. And, of course, yeah, have a great one. Anyway, have a great one, guys. I hope you like my production design and my old, very, very old strap-on titles. Anyway, have a great one.